What is up, guys? It's SoraScope here, and today we are doing a speed build on the channel. So this is actually my very first speed build, so be gentle on me. I've built a lot of stuff before, but I gotta say I really love doing apartments, especially this one. This is 19 Culpepper House in the Spice District. So this is the one that's got the balcony, and it does have the needs TLC trait. So I did a pretty basic layout for this, which you can tell it's kind of coming together now. Basically, when you walk in, the bathroom is going to be on the right, and there's like a little entryway, and then you're right into the kitchen and the dining room. So this is a little bit of a rustic vibe I wanted to go for, which I'm not too great at that, but I did my best, so hopefully you guys will like it. So my thought process for the family was that it would be a grandma, a grandpa, and probably, I'm assuming they would have adopted their grandchild, who I was thinking would be a boy, and they would also have 2 cats. So you guys know I love cats, and I always put them in my builds. Always, always, always. Well, not in my builds, in my families, but yeah, kind of in my builds. So I did place this cute little round dining table with the cats and dogs chairs, I believe, that they look like they have little cushions on them with like the little bows at the end. I felt very right there. So it felt very grandma-esque or like rustic-ish. So I was definitely inspired by the fact that we're getting the knitting pack here soon. I'm really excited for that. Like, I wasn't at first because I was like, oh, you know, I don't ever play with elders, but this kind of gave me ideas to actually do that, so I'm pretty happy about it. So you can see there, I did add the laundry machine, and the bathroom door does move to be in the entryway. And I'm just kind of getting a feel for the placement of where I want everything. And I did go through and I play tested everything. The dining room is fully functional. So I know it looks like you probably can't get to one of those back chairs, but it is. It is fully functional, I promise. So you can see I'm just kind of playing around with the kitchen right now to see what kind of like appliances I would want in there. And I think I just put the microwave. I didn't put a coffee pot or anything. I didn't do a whole lot of clutter right here. Yeah, so here's where I decided that I really wanted them to have a cat. So I was like, oh, I gotta put that cat tree in here from, I think that was from my first pet stuff. So you can see right here I moved the bathroom door over a little bit. So the bathroom's actually kind of big. I do get the litter box in there. I think 3 countertops, if I remember correct. So, where the litter box is now is where the toilet ends up being, so I do kind of do some rearranging. I don't really care for the needs TLC trait, and they're not removable in the apartment, so it's a little unfortunate, but it works. It does actually kind of add like a little bit of a vibe to it with the pipes, and then I ended up covering up the electrical box because it ended up in the bedroom, I think, if I remember correct. So this is pretty much where everything ends up being in the bathroom. So you can kind of see the little counter space. So we end up getting a sink, a mirror, and then some like towels and stuff in there. The shower is fully functional. You can block the right side of it, just not the left. So the left side is where your Sims actually step into the shower or woohoo or whatever they decide to do. So where the litter boxes should be fully functional for the cats, and the shower should be fully functional for your Sims. So you can see I'm just kind of cluttering up the top of the sinks. My go-tos are usually, I want to say like toothbrush holders, plants, the soap dispenser, of course, I mean, because, you know, your Sims need to wash their hands, so. You can see I was kind of fighting with this a little bit because for some reason I wasn't wanting to pull out the red shelf. I don't know why. I was just like, no, I don't want to do it. So the red shelf is called the OMSP shelf, and I will have that, oops, I hit my notebook. I will have that linked in the description. Oh, so you guys can see I pulled out here the plunger, which is like my favorite object to use in builds. I actually really enjoy that a lot, just because it makes it feel a little more realistic. So I think your Sims actually pull that out when they have to unclog the toilet or they have to fix the toilet. So the debug menu is pretty much just items that your Sims use every day, or like random items. They're a little low res or low quality, I guess, but they work and they look really cool. So you can see I'm adding a bunch of tile. I added the tile in the bathroom, and I was trying to figure out how I wanted the tile to look in the kitchen itself. So I did end up fixing it up here. So I think that's how it stays with that little corner piece. So it looks really cute. I do end up getting a rug under the dining table, which looks really cute, and then some plants, and then a salt and pepper shaker on it later on. So it's pretty cool. So here I was trying to figure out, I thought the cats and dogs flooring looked a little too busy, so I went with this lighter wood. I don't think I changed it back. So, okay, so I wanted to make the grandma a little bit plant and cat crazy, and the husband just kind of deals with it, or the grandpa just kind of deals with it. So I love that little wicker outdoor love seat. So that kind of inspired the whole theme for the balcony. So it's very colorful, very plant-filled, and very eccentric, I guess is the best way to describe that. So I really like it. I definitely want to say the balcony is probably my favorite area. Here I am making a small living room. So later on I do end up putting a little poof chair in front of that single chair in the corner, which does make it non-functional, but the poof chair itself is. I imagine everyone would probably sit on the couch anyway. It is technically only a 3-sim household, and maybe one of the cats would sit on the poof chair. So here you can see I'm pulling out a bunch of succulents and that type of stuff. I've been kind of obsessed with succulents lately, so I think that's been more portrayed in my builds. So oh, I gotta say that little ceramic cat that I have out on the ground right there with the succulent in it is probably one of my favorite items. I just think it's so cute, and it's got a bunch of different designs on it. So I think I gave him the little gray one is what I ended up going with. So that little 3 planter and this big one right there, those are both from Tiny Living. So I want to recommend, if you guys haven't picked up Tiny Living yet, you definitely should. So for only 10 bucks, like, I love that pack. Now I can't build mid-century modern stuff, but it came with a lot of stuff that just looks so cute. The plants, the Murphy bed, everything is great about it. So I think here in a second I ended up, I changed the flooring here, and then I ended up pulling out some potted plant, or I'm sorry, no, not potted plants, pots, and then I put plants in them. So it looks pretty cool. It's very, oh my gosh, what was I doing here? Why was I trying to size that up? That looks so bad. I didn't even realize that. That's one of those items that when you size it up, it's just like crazy. So you can see I pulled out those 2 plants right there, and I actually raised them up and put them in the pots, so it looks like they grew them. So that's one thing that I really love doing, that I've seen a lot of other simmers do, is they'll take plants and size them up and put them in there. So that was definitely where I took that inspiration from. Here we've got some little hanging herbs. I was thinking that maybe since the grandma is so obsessed with her cats, maybe it is catnip or something like that that she's growing. I'm foreseeing my future in this build, obviously. So here I was going back through the debug menu, and I wanted to pull out these hanging plants. I love these. These are probably one of my favorite items that came out of the debug menu. I don't know if it's from the debug or the live edit objects, but they are free. They cost 0 simoleons. So if you ever wanted to clutter up your builds, or you just wanted some extra plants, this is definitely the way to do it, because these look really cool. So I end up putting some lights out here later on, and I don't know if I show that, but they look really cool. So here we're moving back on into the bathroom for a brief second, and then I realized that I didn't like where the laundry machine was. So I wanted to make a little laundry area. So you can see I pull out some stuff from laundry day. I wanted to see how many times I could say laundry in like a second. And I changed up the counters and I used these base game counters that I thought looked really cute just for a little laundry area. I ended up putting some detergent and then I think some towels and stuff up here. So it looks really cute, but it's just your basic little area, I guess, for folding your clothes. So I get an ironing board and some other stuff up there. So it looks really cute. I gotta say, this is definitely one of the more favorite builds I've done here. I've done a lot, but this is definitely really cute. So, oh, that lamp I believe was also, or sorry, chandelier was also from Tiny Living. It's beautiful. Okay, so here you can see I'm pulling out some clutter rooms that are actually from Simlissy, and she is by far one of my favorite YouTubers. So if you guys haven't seen her, you need to go check her out because I take a lot of inspiration from her. She actually took the time to go through the debug menu and find cups that don't spoil cups, like little teacups, pots, stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing there. I'm just putting little things on mugs and stuff on the counter. So it looks really cool. And here you can see I pulled out little salt and pepper shakers to put on the dining table, and you can see me struggling with them, so it's kind of funny. I didn't realize I left all that in. So here I took a little bit of time to clutter up the countertops in here. So you can see I'm taking the hot sauce, ketchup, and mustard, and they're on the board. So I took that red shelf and I lowered it down just a little bit so it covers up that little block of wood that they're sitting on, and it looks pretty cool. And I also went and I put the dish rack on there because I believe that's from Parenthood. That's definitely one of my favorite items too. You'll probably hear me say that a lot. I did put this cute little entryway table in here with a mirror. I think I did a package and a plant and some other stuff in here. So the entryway is really basic. It's just a normal entryway you would see into any home. And here I went back over to the kitchen. I do a lot of jumping around, so bear with me on that, guys. I'm so sorry. So I put little cutting boards up there. Those are from Cool Kitchen. Again, probably some of my favorite items. One thing to remember when you are doing kitchens is to make sure you leave one counter space free so your Sims can actually put items on it. They can actually cook on it. So there's actually 2 free counter spaces on there because I didn't want to make it too cluttered. I figure the grandparents probably keep it relatively clean. So here's the grandparents' bedroom. So I did give them a double closet, or double walk-in closet, I should say. So okay, so real quick, you can see here that I put the laundry baskets in the build, but I took them out and forgot to put them back in. So before I upload this to the gallery, I will make sure that I go back in and put a laundry basket in each room. I don't know why I did it. I deleted it and was like, oh, okay, cool, I can put like whatever laundry basket I want, and then I ended up forgetting about it. So, okay, you can see here that I'm cluttering up the entryway just a little bit, so this is what I was talking about. I did take a cute little wicker basket and then pretty much do the same thing I did with the potted plants on the outside. And I think I sized down a plant and then put it in the middle, so it looks really cute. I did put like tissues up here and some magazines. This is pretty much like what ends up being on there, so hopefully you guys like it. It's pretty simple. It's nothing like too fancy. Basic stuff you'd probably see in your entryway at home. Oh, and you can see I've got some cat bowls and a little mat down there, of course, because, you know, I made them crazy cat people. I'll try to include dogs in more of my builds because, like, for me personally, I haven't had a dog in like 5 years, so I'm like, oh, I've got my kitties, so that's pretty much it. Those magazines, by the way, are from the Moschino stuff pack, so I know that was kind of a pack that a lot of people were concerned about, that they just didn't care for. So you can see what I'm trying to do right here is I'm trying to size down a plant and then put it in here. And this one sized down perfectly into that little wicker basket. So you can't see the actual pot that it was in. You can just see the dirt and the plant, and I thought it looked so cute. So here I'm pretty much just picking out some artwork and then random clutter pieces. I did end up buying all the packs, and I gotta say, going through everything and finding artwork and sculptures and stuff like that is a big pain. Here I wanted to pick out a cute little runner rug. So I did end up putting, I think, the same one here in the entryway and then the same one right here in the hallway. Don't worry, I think I took out that second one because it looked really funny. I think I just put one of like the random longish ones in there. Maybe. It's been a minute. So I did end up moving the bowls over here just so they were a little more out of the way, and it looked like there was more stuff in the hallway. I didn't want to clutter up the hallway too much, specifically because I thought it would have been a little difficult for the Sims to navigate through, because that happens sometimes. Here I put a cute little china hutch next to, or well, not next to, but in the living room, and I thought it looked really cute. I gotta say, like, one of my favorite things about The Sims is how well they try to match all of the furniture. Like, you know, of course there's some things where you're like, oh, I wish there was a color swatch for this, but they do a pretty good job. Like, there's a lot of cream colored stuff and whatnot, which is pretty much like what I went for in this. Oh, you can see I picked out, I think these were from Cats and Dogs are my first pet stuff, but those curtains are to die for. I love them. I'm picking out some kitty toys here, and I think I get a rug in here and some other stuff. That one was from my first pet stuff, and I actually like that a lot. That's one of, I want to say, probably one of the more underrated packs, but it looks really cute. So you can see, guys, the needs TLC also involves having a a mouse hole there, so I thought it was really funny that I decided to have the cat's room, well, I guess cat area placed here. So if you look right there, I placed some scratches on the wall to make it look like the cats were maybe trying to scratch at the mice or rats or whatever come out of there. I thought it would be really cute and really funny. So I hope you guys enjoy that. I know, like I said, I know I bounce around a little bit, but right here I'm going back into the grandparents' room. So I think I get a mirror, some lights, some side tables, and I think I put another little entryway-like table here. But it's really basic. I didn't want them to have anything too cluttered because I feel like they would probably keep their room relatively clean. And I think I get a like a little pet bed in here in that corner to the right. So you can see I've got some like cute cat statues and I think some plants and some other stuff. So it's pretty basic. I was still definitely trying to go for like that rustic vibe. That's why I really like that plant there. And I think I don't really know what else I did here. Oh my gosh, I just made this like 2 days ago and I already forgot. That's kind of funny. Yeah, it was pretty much all of this here is just picking out clutter and that type of stuff. So, oh, that painting was really pretty. I remember being like, oh, this is it. This is the painting I want to use. Here I did a little neat trick with the lighting that I saw from another simmer. So it just makes it look like, it doesn't really fit with the rustic vibe, but it's kind of cute, I guess. It just makes the light look a lot bigger. And you can also see I went into live mode there, and this is one of the things that I didn't really know you could do, but you can change the whole color of the lights in the menu. And I didn't know that for the longest time, so when I clicked on the lights one day, I was like, what does auto lights mean? And what is like color changer, because apparently color changer wasn't obvious enough, but you can actually change it to like purple and white. I think the default for the lights is like that yellowy vibe, which I can't stand the yellowy color unless I'm doing maybe like an off the grid build or something to that effect. So actually changing them to a white color and then maybe dimming the lights a little bit looks pretty cool. So I actually like that quite a bit. So here I'm moving on into the teens room. So I did keep it very clean also. I was thinking maybe the teen just moved in. I think I got them a TV, a game console, and like a little chair in here. And maybe even, I don't remember what else I got in here. I think I got like okay, so you can see I'm kind of merging the desk into the bookcase here. I end up moving the bookcase to be merged into the end of the bed. So you can put anything you want on the end of the bed and it'll still be functional. You can put toys, stuffed animals, that kind of stuff in there. I think I gave them one of the base game taller desks, so it's got like the back to it. It looks like it has books in it, but it's not functional as a bookcase. I think you'll see right here. Yeah, this one. And I ended up cluttering it up, I think, with like a pencil holder and then something to that effect. So you can see I did give them a little video game console and something else, so maybe if they had like friends over or if they just wanted to chill and they've got their own little area that they can play and they don't have to be out in the living room. And you can see I also pulled out of the debug menu a pair of headphones and a video game controller, so that's really cool. You know how us gamers are, that's what we love to do. I also get some plants in here, I think some posters, and then a couple lights. Those little succulent plants are from Discovery University, excuse me, and they are so cute. I love them. They're definitely my favorite. I gotta say, Discovery University came with like a lot of really, really cute plants and neat IKEA-esque items. Definitely a lot of like space saving, that type of deal. It's fun to think like with that bed in particular. I think that was the university bed if I remember correct, but it's got like the pull-out drawers and stuff, so it makes you feel like you can actually save space by putting clothes and shoes and books and stuff like that in there, and that's definitely the feel that I wanted. I wanted the teen to maybe feel like they had their own space and they didn't really have to worry about going anywhere else, so that's why they've got like the ottoman and then the little TV stand and stuff in there, so they've got a place for like clothes and all that kind of stuff. So you can see here that I actually add some lights that are really cute. They're like string lights. I don't think they're actually illuminated. I think they're just like wall decoration. So it's pretty cool. And then I get some posters in here. They look kind of like movie posters and game posters, and that one's signed in particular, so that one's really cool. That one I think is a movie poster, the one with the girl with a bat on it. I'm not actually sure what that item's called, but it looks pretty cool. I do end up getting a guitar in here, and then I move on to the hallway, and I get a little side table with a mirror, and then I think a plant. I just keep it really basic so there's no pathing issues, because if you guys have played The Sims, you know how the pathing can be. Sometimes it has a mind of its own and it does whatever it wants, and your Sims will walk through walls. And then right behind the couch here, I end up getting another entryway style table, a lamp, and then I think a little cat statue, if I remember correct, and then that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed the video, please remember to like and subscribe and comment and let me know how you liked the video, and thank you all so much for sticking around with me for pretty much like 25 minutes. Alright guys, I will see you all in the next one. I love you all and have a good day. Bye!